Now, before we dive into the roster update predictions, MLB The Show has its own little news in regards to it for me to go ahead and give to you all. And they're stating that they're taking a break from roster attribute upgrades as we wait for the second half to gather some steam. Look for our next update to player attributes on July 30th. In the meantime, make sure to keep tab on who's starting to look like a second half hero. So, as I said in my previous roster update predictions video, MLB The Show most likely wasn't going to go ahead and follow that same 2-week rubric because of the distortion caused by the All-Star Game break, but that doesn't change the fact that we still got some predictions to do. You're going to see that most of these players are going to be the same players that I predicted in the previous video, but a lot of y'all haven't seen that previous video. And at the same time, I did add a couple of new players as well. So we'll go through the new players first, and then we'll rerun the list of all the previous players. Now, all that I ask in return is for you to hit that like button and red subscribe button. We stream each and every single day on Twitch at 1 a.m. Eastern. A video coming out very soon is going to be how to flip in the community market, and then I'm gonna time myself and I'm gonna challenge myself and see how much I can flip in an hour, and then give you guys market tips so you guys can make the most amount of stubs possible. But in order for you to get that video, you gotta hit that like button and red subscribe button. One of the perks to becoming a member is you do go ahead and get the roster update predictions early. So if you want to go ahead and support Bhlademyst the extra mile, that is a form of going ahead and supporting me the extra mile. Now we're gonna start it off with AJ Pollock. I don't see anything happening to his contact versus right or power versus right. I see the contact versus left increasing, and I see the power versus left increasing. One thing you want to pay attention to is his last 7/15 games, but as of right now, he's been very hot. So he is someone that you want to go ahead and invest, especially at the price he's selling for, because if he does go gold, that's going to be a lot of stuff for everybody. Now, Jed Lowry, on the other hand, I see his contact versus right being upgraded, nothing happening to his contact versus left, power versus right getting decreased, and then power versus left getting increased. I see him going up to silver. The last 7/15 games is what you want to go ahead and pay attention to. We also got ourselves Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor, on the other hand, just hit a 3-run home run. He's selling for about 388 on the sell now side. You want to go ahead and pay attention to his last 7/15 games. What's going to most likely increase is his contact versus left and his power versus left. He just hit a home run off of a right-hander, so make sure you pay attention to today's game, because if he stays hot and he continues crushing right-handers for the next 7 to 10 games, then I am positive he will be a lock-in for gold. So very early investment. And then someone I have as a long-term investment that I believe can have a very, very good second half is going to be Max Kepler. I don't see anything being increased or decreased currently, but in the long run, I do believe that he can have a second half that is very good and is going to allow him to be pushed back to that 80 overall that he's always at. Now let's go back to the original list, because in the original list we got a bunch of players that I believe are still deserving of getting upgrades. It starts off with Freddie Peralta. I still believe his hit per 9, K per 9, and home run per 9 all deserve increasements. I see him going diamond. What do you want to pay attention to? His recent starts. All you got to worry about is how many hits he's allowed, how many strikeouts he's allowed, and how many people he's walked. That is what you want to pay attention to. The home run per 9 really isn't going to matter too much in his situation. Then we're talking about first basemen. Jared Walsh, I believe that he's also someone you want to pay attention to. What you need to pay attention to for Jared Walsh is how he's performing against left-handers. His contact versus right and power versus right doesn't really have too much room to continue increasing in terms of an attribute, but his contact versus left still deserves to be decreased some more, and his power versus left deserves to be decreased some more. But if he turns it around against left-handers in the second half, he will for sure be locked into diamond. Next up on the list is one of my personal favorites, and I hope he has a second half where he shows off a lot more pop in terms of slugging. I believe all of his hitting attributes are still severely underrated, and he deserves increasements to all of them, especially his slugging versus left or power versus left, the attribute, because he's been crushing. He's slugging over 500 versus left-handers. 48 does not do him justice. You want to pay attention to his slugging numbers versus both right-handers and left-handers. And then we're going to go to the Padres. In the Padres, we have Trent Grisham. I believe his contact versus left, and power versus right both deserve an upgrade. You want to pay attention to his last 7/15 games. Make sure you go ahead and look at how he's been performing. If he's been hot and he continues to stay hot, then obviously he's going to be a good guy to invest in for diamond. And then we have Bhlademyst, contact versus right, contact versus left. Nothing happening to his power versus right, but I do believe he deserves an increasement to his power versus left as well. What you want to pay attention to is his average against right-handers and slugging against right-handers. And then once again, we stream each and every single day at 1 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you hit that like button and red subscribe button, because a how to flip video is gonna be coming out very soon, and that is a great stub making method. And then last but not least, inside the description, how to become a member to get the roster update predictions list early. You get the Discord, my other social medias, and my other YouTube channel. So make sure you go ahead, like, follow, and subscribe to show your boy some support. And then the sneaky little investment that I talked about is Alex Verdugo. Right now, he's still selling for a K. I still believe he's a very good sneaky investment, especially if in the second half he just starts hitting lefties. I still think that his contact versus right and power versus right, although deserve to be increased, but if they are increased, his contact versus left is going to take a hit. I don't think anything happens to his power versus left, but because of the hit that he might take in terms of contact versus left, he might remain in 84 if he is touched up. But if he comes out this week and he's just crushing lefties, he's gonna be locked in for diamond almost. So then Segura, I like Gene Segura. Gene Segura has been performing well the first half of the season. Let's see if he can keep it up the second half. I believe that all his hitting attributes deserve at least some sort of increasement. They have room for improvement. 84 to 85 overall with an upgrade. You want to pay attention to his recent slugging versus right-handers and left-handers. And then for Alex Verdugo, what you want to pay attention to is his recent numbers against left-handers in general. Then we're going to Will Myers, which I went ahead and told you all about as a long-term investment. I still believe he's a long-term investment. I believe he hit a grand slam today, so shout out to him for that. I don't know if it was against the left-handers, but if it wasn't against the left-hander, then his power versus left still deserves to be decreased. I don't see him going up overalls unless he just has a really hot week this week starting off right now. I see him more as a long-term investment. You can get him for 200 stubs a pop. He's going to be beautiful to you all. And then we have Rhys Hoskins. Rhys Hoskins, see him as well as another long-term investment. I don't see anything being increased. If anything, I see his power versus right being decreased, but I see him as a long-term investment to at least get back to that gold. Another long-term investment, which I am still telling you all to go ahead and invest in, is Jesus Aguilar. Don't see anything being increased. I just like him for the long run. Dansby Swanson has been a name that's been on every list when I look at how people have been performing the last 7 to 15 games in terms of slugging, in terms of average. He's just been doing it all. So don't see anything being increased that would make him jump as an overall. But this all could change by Wednesday of next week. Like Wednesday of next week, I will bring you guys another roster update predictions video. And on Tuesday night, I will most likely release the spreadsheet to the Discord and to the YouTube community tab if you are a member of the YouTube channel or a Twitch subscriber. And after Dansby Swanson, we're gonna go, I believe, to pitching now with Logan Gilbert. I believe Logan Gilbert has a great chance to go silver. I think all his pitching attributes deserve to be increased. 76, 77 overall. I think he's a long-term investment as well, because I think that it is possible for him to go all the way up to gold, because he's a rookie. It's his rookie season. So if you're able to get him for under 100 stubs, and then he ends up going gold by having a great second half, then boom, you just made yourself 900 stubs a pop. And then Anthony Desclafani, I think that his K per 9, walk per 9, and home run per 9 still, well, actually, yeah, I believe those three still deserve improvements. I see him going as an 80 overall. If he continues to have a second half like he did the first half, without a doubt, he'll go as a damn gold in the game without a problem. Now, Kenta Maeda, he was very, very cold. To finish off the first half, he got really hot. Like, he's been pitching very well. If he continues that performance into the second half, he can definitely go back to gold. I think it's a reach for him to go back to diamond, but gold, I really, really like him. He's like a sneaky investment. You want to pay attention to his recent starts. And then when I say long-term investment, I don't tell you guys what you want to pay attention to, because I expect you all to just invest right now and just close your eyes and wait until they appear back on my screen or your screen, and then me telling you what to pay attention to in order for them to make the jump. Now, Tyler Mao, I believe that his K per 9 still deserves to be increased, but then nothing other than that I see him staying at a 78 overall, but just like the previous guys, he's a long-term investment. You want to pay attention to his recent starts, because if he doesn't allow a lot of hits and he strikes out a ton of hitters, then I could see him going up and hitting that gold mark. But that is going to be all in terms of my roster update predictions. If you did end up enjoying today's content, once again, make sure you hit that like button or that subscribe button. We might have the how to flip video step 1 tonight. We might not, we will see, but please make sure you guys show the support. Also, everything is inside the description box that you will need if you want to watch me on Twitch or become a member, Discord, social medias, as well as my other YouTube channels. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.